All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I am Valsa Williams. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate to the nation the National War Memorial in New Delhi today. Government increases Risk and Hardship Allowance for Central Armed Police Forces personnel deployed in Jammu and Kashmir and left-wing extremism affected areas. Trade bodies welcome the rate cut in goods and services tax on real estate. Afghanistan begins exports to India through Iran's Chabahar port. And Australia beat India by 3 wickets in the first T20 cricket match at Visakhapatnam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will dedicate to the nation today the National War Memorial in New Delhi. The memorial has been built in honor of more than 25,000 soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces who made the supreme sacrifice in the service of the country since independence. In his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio yesterday, the Prime Minister asserted that it will be a small step towards repaying a great debt to the country's armed forces. Mr. Modi said the memorial, which is in close vicinity of India Gate and Amar Jawan Jyoti, is a symbol of the nation's gratitude to those who made the supreme sacrifice for the country.
मुझे विश्वास है कि देशवासियों के लिए राष्ट्रीय सैनिक स्मारक जाना किसी तीर्थ स्थल जाने के समान होगा। राष्ट्रीय सैनिक स्मारक स्वतंत्रता के बाद सर्वोच्च बलिदान देने वाले जवानों के प्रति राष्ट्र की कृतज्ञता का प्रतीक है।
Our correspondent reports that in 2014, the Prime Minister had spelt out his vision for the National War Memorial as a state-of-the-art world-class monument.
The National War Memorial also commemorates the soldiers who participated and made the supreme sacrifice in peacekeeping missions and counter-insurgency operations. The layout of the memorial comprises 4 concentric circles, Amar Chakra, Veerta Chakra, Tyag Chakra and the Rakshak Chakra. The complex includes a central obelisk, an eternal flame and 6 bronze murals depicting famous battles fought by Indian Army, Air Force and the Navy. Busts of 21 awardees of Paramveer Chakra have been installed at the Param Yodha Sthal. The memorial will help strengthen the sense of belonging, high moral values, sacrifice and national pride in the citizens. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
The Prime Minister will deliver the keynote address at the Rising India Summit 2019 in New Delhi today. The theme for the 2-day event is Beyond Politics, Defining National Priorities. BJP President Amit Shah, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Union Ministers Nitin Gadkari, Ravi Shankar Prasad and Piyush Goyal are among the speakers at the summit. The Union Home Ministry has announced a hike in Risk and Hardship Allowance for Central Armed Police Forces CAPF personnel deployed in left-wing extremism-affected states and Jammu and Kashmir. Troops up to the rank of Inspector will now get 17,300 rupees as against the existing 9,700 rupees, while the officers will get 25,000 rupees as against the existing 17,300 rupees per month. In a tweet, Central Reserve Police Force said this will benefit over 88,000 personnel. It said this will also be a huge morale booster for all CAPF deployed in these areas. President Ramnath Kovind will participate in various programs in Kanpur today. Mr. Kovind inaugurated a multi-speciality hospital in Lucknow last evening. Our correspondent has filed this report.
President, during his stay of more than 7 hours at his native town, Kanpur, will participate in several programs at different places. Mr. Kovind will first visit to Siddh Sri Balaji Mandir at Deori Ghat and perform pujan there. He will inaugurate the newly constructed block of Dham Kalyana International Vipassana Meditation Center. The President will go to DAV College ground and inaugurate the centenary celebrations of college from where he attained his higher education. This is the same college where from former Prime Minister late Atal Bihari Vajpayee also got his education. The President will raise the Alumni Association Conference and annual day function of the BNSD Inter College and Shiksha Niketan in afternoon. MS Yadav, AIR News, Kanpur.
Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari will lay the foundation stones for 2 road projects worth 746 crore rupees in Punjab today. These include upgradation of the 68-kilometre-long Banga Garhshankar Shri Anandpur Sahib Naina Devi Road and construction of 2.6-kilometre-long elevated structure and vehicular underpass on NH44 at Phagwara. Yesterday in Himachal Pradesh, Mr. Gadkari laid the foundation stone for 7 national highway projects worth over 4,400 crore rupees in Kangra district. A report.
The projects include 4-laning of Punjab-Himachal Pradesh border to Siuni and construction of many national highway sections of the state. Construction of retaining wall and installation of crash barriers on national highway would also be covered under these projects. Speaking on the occasion, Nitin Gadkari said all this road would help in providing better connectivity and facilitate tourists visiting these areas, besides increasing economic activities in the region, ensuring employment generation to the youth. Sanjeev Sundaryal, AIR News, Shimla.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Various trade bodies have welcomed the rate cut on goods and services tax on real estate. DG Confederation of Indian Industry Chandrajit Banerjee said the GST Council's decision will address the needs of home buyers and boost offtake of housing. National Real Estate Development Council President Niranjan Hiranandani said this will give big relief to the home buyers. Terming the decision as revolutionary, CREDAI President Akshay Shah said the move is a significant triumph for home buyers and will play a huge hand in boosting their sentiments. The GST Council slashed tax rates on under-construction housing properties to 5% without input tax credit from the existing 12%. Briefing reporters after the GST Council meeting in New Delhi yesterday, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the Council also cut GST rates on affordable housing to 1% from the current 8%. The new tax rates will come into effect from the 1st of April. Mr. Jaitley said the GST reduction will certainly give a boost to the construction sector. The Arunachal Pradesh government has called an all-party meeting today to discuss the issue of Permanent Residence Certificate (PRC) to non-Arunachal Pradesh estates. It has also called a meeting of all community-based organizations in Itanagar to clarify the government's stand on the PRC issue. The state government has reiterated that it will take no further action on the PRC issue. A commissioner-level inquiry has also been ordered into violence. The government has appealed to the people to maintain peace and law and order in the state. Afghanistan has begun exports to India through Iran's Chabahar port as the landlocked country turns to overseas markets to improve its economy. At the inauguration of the new route yesterday in Zaranj city in Nimroz province, President Ashraf Ghani said Chabahar port is the result of healthy cooperation between India, Iran and Afghanistan. Speaking at the ceremony, Indian Ambassador Vinay Kumar said Afghanistan's exports to India have increased by 40% after the launch of air corridor between Kabul and New Delhi. The Iranian port provides easy access to the sea to Afghanistan, and India has helped develop this route to allow both countries to engage in trade bypassing Pakistan. British lawmakers will vote on the Brexit deal on the 12th of next month. Prime Minister Theresa May told this to reporters yesterday on her way to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt for the European Union EU Arab League summit. Ms. May ruled out bringing the Brexit deal to House of Commons on Wednesday. She said it is still within Britain's grasp to leave the EU by March the 29th, and that is what they are planning to do. On the other hand, Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn accused the Prime Minister of recklessly running down the clock. In a tweet, he said the move was intended to force parliamentarians to choose between her bad deal and a disastrous no deal. In Bangladesh, security forces killed an armed passenger suspected of attempting to hijack a Dubai-bound flight yesterday. The Bangladeshi national, identified as Mahdi, was killed when security forces stormed the plane after an emergency landing in Chittagong. All 148 passengers and crew on board the state-run Biman Airlines flight disembarked safely. It is not yet clear why the 25-year-old gunman attempted to hijack the plane. According to Army Major General Matiur Rahman, the suspect had refused to surrender when asked, forcing the commandos to fire. In cricket, Australia beat India by 3 wickets in a last-ball thriller in the first T20 International at Visakhapatnam last night. With 14 runs required of the last over, Umesh Yadav was hit for a boundary each by Australian Trey Richardson and Pat Cummins as they reached the target of 127 off the last delivery of the match. Earlier put into bat, India scored 126 for 7 in the stipulated 20 overs. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak will bring you a discussion tonight on Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions to the experts sitting in our studio on toll-free telephone number 1-800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Lalima Nejadang.
Thank you, Valsa. GST relief for home buyers and the situation in Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh are covered prominently across the press. Pre-election cheer for home buyers leads the Business Standard. GST rates on real estate slashed to boost key sector, headlines the Hindustan Times. GST cut from 12% to 5% on houses under construction, writes the Times of India. PM rolls out Kisan scheme, 1 crore get first 2,000 rupee installment is the lead in the Asian age. I'll be back, PM in last Mann Ki Baat of term. Signs off on confident note ahead of polls leads the Times of India. The Tribune informs us Lok Sabha poll dates anytime soon. Election Commission announcement likely in March first week. On Kashmir, the Pioneer headlines, DSP Jawan lose life fighting terror in Kulgam gunfight. The Indian Express observes from Article 35A to extra security deployed, J&K governor tries to lower the heat. The Tribune reports Arunachal backtracks after arson, Deputy CM house torched, no permanent residency for tribes along the Assam border. The Indian Express writes protests on status to tribes spread, 2 killed, army out in Itanagar. Panel picks Patanjali Ramdev likely to head first Vedic board, states the Indian Express. The Hindu Business Line informs Karnataka tomato growers to get crop price forecasts from IBM using artificial intelligence and machine learning to beat volatile price trends. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Lalima. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate to the nation the National War Memorial in New Delhi today. Government increases Risk and Hardship Allowance for Central Armed Police Forces personnel deployed in Jammu and Kashmir and left-wing extremism-affected areas. Trade bodies welcome the rate cut in goods and services tax on real estate. Afghanistan begins exports to India through Iran's Chabahar port. And Australia beat India by 3 wickets in the first T20 cricket match at Visakhapatnam. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.